When you're bored, you can't sleep. Right, how y'all doing? Well, that's my fun for the day done. Oh, so there. I'm going to surprise absolutely no one. Right, how y'all doing? We're all sick. Still. It's getting worse. If you want to know how much worse, we're thinking flu or some kind of like chest infection, sinus infection, ear infections. My boy, my eldest, let's put it this way, he tanked by 8 p.m. and I've been in a state all day. This morning I'm thinking to myself, hey, yeah, I'm up now. I'll stay awake. I'll do my thing. No. And this is weird. We tried to get an early night because we felt really, really, really sick. We've all felt sick and we've all just been trying to rest up, trying to recover. But apparently my body doesn't understand early nights anymore because I'm not used to getting early nights anymore. So everyone else had passed out by like 12, 1 o'clock in the morning, which in this house is like mega early, lights out, everyone done. Probably even way earlier than that, actually, thinking about it. No, I think we went to bed even earlier than that. And I just could not switch off. Managed to go to sleep for a few hours and then insomnia kicked in. Insomnia sucks ass. It's not going to sleep that's the problem. It's staying asleep that's the problem. And so by around 5 o'clock in the morning, I'm up. I felt trashed, but I was up. I was like, yeah, I'll just stay awake because I'm going to just be bored. I can't do anything for another couple of hours, so wait it out. But I didn't. I accidentally woke up the wife and she feels absolutely rotten too. So rotten, in fact. Let's put it this way. Sickness bug, as I said, like flu, potentially, infections. Just wanting to, not knowing if we want to put our head over the toilet or crap ourselves. It's that great right now. Don't know if you want to throw up or just fucking sneeze, cough, and shit up the back wall. Feel terrible. My head is pounding. I just want to throw up. My appetite has gone through the floor. Had some delicious food put in front of me because I've just not had the groove to get up and do, and I've just not been able to eat it. It's been a good day, but miserable all at the same time if you want to get anything done. I can't believe the boys. I'm my youngest though, no problem. Maybe a sniffle, got to blow his nose or something, but my eldest is down, the wife's down, I'm down. We're supposed to be doing stuff tomorrow, but I don't think it's wise for us to do. I don't want to drag anyone's day down, nor do I want to make anyone sick. But I'll talk about that tomorrow. You never know, I might have a lightning recovery. I doubt it. But everything is done. Fantastic. No worries. But two things I want to bring up. Okay? TV shows. I don't normally talk much about TV shows, but when I find golden shows, I just have to spit them out there. So I think the last one I did was I did a bit of a vlog about My Dress Up Darling, which is an anime about a lassie who wants to cosplay, and she meets this guy who can make dresses, or he can make clothes. And so it's just an entire show about her and a bunch of people they bump into who want to make these cosplays, but they're not the greatest at it, and this guy is like an expert because he makes traditional Japanese dolls, so he's effectively scaled up the kind of clothing that he makes, and he's been making the stuff for these cosplayers, and they can see the quality, and it's fantastic. Like, 1-to-1, it's tailored to them and the character. Spoke a little bit about that. Fantastic anime, by the way. Very short, but a really, really nice anime. Today, not an anime, but whilst we were feeling really like, ugh, we found the Netflix show Wednesday. So this got announced a couple of years ago, and apparently we forgot about it. But it's a show about Wednesday Addams, and I don't want to go too much into it because it's story heavy, right? But it's I will say a few things, right? Initially, we weren't entirely sure, because I quite like the Addams Family. We've seen many films. There used to be an old TV show way back in the day. There were cartoons. There were video games. The Addams Family's pretty cool. And this show, well, it's good. I think it's good. Right, if you just looked at it from audio, pretty good. Shot, pretty good. Colour grade, pretty good. The actors do a pretty cracking job of what they do, especially the lassie who they casted to play Wednesday. Top notch, in my opinion. Again, I don't break down TV show stories because I like to just switch off and go, but it is a very predictable show. Very predictable show. The idea being that Wednesday gets sent to a specialist school for, I guess, mythical creatures. Anyone doesn't know, like, you've got normies, like us, and then you've got folks like the Addams Family, who are a bit kind of weird, a bit eccentric, you know. They've got no problem, like, I don't know, handing children, like, swords and knives, and they have poisonous plants in their house and all this kind of stuff. To them, that's normal, and we're the weirdies. But Wednesday gets sent to this specialist school in this town, and the school is for sirens, gorgons, mermen, mermaids, werewolves, psychics, like telepaths. Is that the right one? But, you know, basically people who are mythical. Vampires and that, you know. All these people go to this school, all these kids go to this school, and Wednesday has been sent to the school, and just weird shit happens, obviously. And I don't want to go into the story, but the lassie who they cast to play Wednesday Addams was just, she did a great job, absolutely great job. We weren't entirely sure how we felt to the casting of Gomez Addams, Morticia Addams, and Pugsley. But over time, we were like, actually, no, that fits. That really worked. That really, really worked. Seriously, I recommend watching this. Like I said, I'm trying to go too much into it, but I give it a... Because we binged the whole series. Or at least the wife did. She binged the whole series, and I passed out partway through. But I was predicting things on beats. So I was predicting things a good few episodes in advance, and I predicted the end, and like, no problem. But gripe, I don't know if maybe it's just me, right? But I'm shade blind, so if there's like 5 gradients, there's like a gradient breaking into 5 things on a page, I might only see 3 of them. But at times during the Wednesday show, I don't know if it was grading, lighting, whether it was a makeup choice, a stylistic choice. Like say sometimes certain things will change to portray a different emotion, or you can say that something's off in a scene based on certain changes or whatever. But I was having trouble with certain characters where, like, I don't know, colours in some scenes would seem to almost change. Like, some characters would look like really kind of like clear-faced, and then in a scene later would look like they were like splattered in reflective lotion or whatever, and it just seemed really, really weird to me at times. However, they did a cracking job. I like I said, I don't know if maybe that was just me, but like there were some scenes where I'm like, that character was like as pale as fuck, like they've never seen the sun at all in their life, and then the next scene, not so much. And why does that character literally look like they've just swam in a vat of lotion but didn't about 30 seconds ago? It's probably not actually that bad because it does a lot of like day to night transitions and stuff like that. But I don't know. It sometimes my brain was like, that character looked last scene. But they did a cracking job with it, I thought. And I really liked the lassie they had to play Wednesday Addams. I really do think she nailed it. Properly nailed it. And as I say, eventually Gomez and Morticia, I warmed up to them by the end of the show, just because they're guest characters in the show, but when you actually get to see more of them on the screen, you're like, top notch. I enjoyed it. I thought it was a good show. Now, the next show, anime. I have a bit of a, when it comes to anime, I don't need super hardcore, exciting anime to enjoy. Like, I don't need to save universes. I don't need superpowers. I don't need massively complicated storylines and whatever, like over the top characters. I don't need it, right? I'm quite happy just watching like a slice of life anime. You know, just basically a vlog in an anime, just people living their lives. You know what? I don't even mind an anime about chess, skateboarding, sumo wrestling, Koto, whatever. I don't care. It's just I have certain grooves, right? And I do love me a good music anime. And today, just completely out of the blue, not even entirely sure how this dinged up on my radar, but I've watched, is it 7 episodes that are available at the moment? I've watched all 7 today. Is it Bocchi the Rock? I've probably mispronounced that. But, oh my god, man. It's about a lassie who is redonkulously introverted. Horribly introverted. Really socially awkward. She's just so quiet and so nervous that people just look past her all the time. She can't engage with people. You know, even if she wants to engage with people, she's too nervous to. She's got no real social skills at all. And one day, she's at home, hanging out, and her dad asks if he can turn over the TV. And she's like, yeah, sure. He turns over the TV, and this like boy band turns up on screen, like a rock band or whatever. They're on screen. And one of the boy band members gets, or whoever they are, they get interviewed. And the guy basically says how, they're like, hey, you know, what's it like being in like one of the biggest bands in the world or whatever? Like, how were you when you were growing up? Is this what you wanted to do? And he's like, well, actually, I was like mega introverted. I had like no friends. I'd sit by myself at school. I was always like mega nervous and all this kind of stuff. You know, I was a hardcore introvert. And they're like, yeah, but now you're in one of the biggest bands in the world. You know, you're like in a super popular, mega famous band. And he's like, yeah, well, you know, this kind of thing, like even the introverts can come out. It's just like our opportunity to shine and for this brief moment do our thing. And that dings with her. And straight away she asks her dad, you're like, hey, yo, can I borrow your guitar? And her dad has got like this like black Gibson Les Paul in their like bedroom or study or whatever. And he's like, yeah, go for it. She legs it, gets like this theory book out. She starts trying to learn chords and stuff, and it kind of cuts to, she's been playing for 3 years in hopes that eventually she'll play on stage and play for a school, and it'll be a way for her to make friends, but she doesn't. In fact, she spends a lot of her time just chilling out in her bedroom in a cupboard, you know, being a bedroom guitarist, hooked into her audio interface, hooked into a laptop, playing songs and uploading them to YouTube, but no one has seen her face, right? Well, the equivalent of YouTube, right? And people like her. She's good. She's fucking good. And she's got like 30,000 followers. The thing makes a thing of her having 30,000 followers, and people want to play with this girl. They want to play guitar with this girl, but no one knows who she is, right? So she ends up starting to try and take her guitar into school to see if anyone will notice it, because she's like, no one recognizes me, no one knows who I am. I've tried like having music played at school through the sound system. No one came and spoke to me. I would try and have like band badges and stickers and stuff all over my stuff, and no one would comment, and all that kind of stuff. So she decides she's going to take her guitar and see if it kind of garners any extra attention. And realistically, no joy. Like, people notice, but they don't talk to it. No one really gives a shit. And all of a sudden, she's just sat in the park, and she's like, "Oh mate, no one noticed. What's the point?" kind of thing. Maybe the online life is my thing. And this lassie comes up to her who's like, "Hey, that's a guitar, right? Like, well, could you come with me? Like, our guitarist and vocalist is bailed, and we need someone to play guitar." And she starts to form a little friendship with these people, this drummer and this bassist. They start doing stuff at this club. And basically the idea is that she's never played with other people before, but she freaks the fuck out. She's never played on stage before, she's never played with a band before, and her playing is like not great when she's with other people, because she's so nervous. She's terrified. She thinks she's not good enough to be on stage, kind of thing. She's always thinking in her head that she's going to be replaced, that she's running every possible scenario through her head, and it always comes up negative. It's a really nice show of what I've seen, but she starts to come out of her shell over time, and she starts to make friends, and she's got a little band and stuff. I mean, at that point, she's hiding in a box while she's on stage just so she can play, kind of thing. And I thought it was really, really nice. And she starts to teach another girl how to play guitar, and it just really, really rad. I loved the introvertedness of the character, though, because oddly enough, when it comes to social situations, she reacts in a lot of ways like how I do. I freak the fuck out when it comes to a lot of things, like how she does. It could just be she's got to go to a shop, she freaks the fuck out. She's got to go get a job, she freaks the fuck out. She has to interact with someone she's never met before, she freaks the fuck out. She has to perform in front of people, she freaks the fuck out. All pretty normal things, but she goes hardcore, like she chokes, and that's me. So she really resonated with me. Although there are one thing I really didn't like about the characters in the show. They lie a lot. And I don't like that at all. Like, when she panics, when a couple of the characters panic, they lie. Just fucking, as if their lives depended on it, they lie. As if they're stood in front of a firing squad, they lie. And their motives aren't necessarily ideal either, but in a lot of other ways, I relate to these characters. And I thought it was a really, really, really nice show. Bocchi the Rock. I don't know how many episodes there are going to be. It only started airing in October. But yeah, just if you like stuff like K-On! And that, check it out. Like, they always seem to have like fucking Les Pauls single cuts. I swear, like, every anime with a guitar in it is like a Les Paul single cut or something like that. Like, what the fuck? What about all the other brands? Is Gibson a big brand in Japan? I don't know. Must be. Because, like, Gibson, the actual the name Gibson's written on all of the damn guitars. I'm like, all right. Yeah, neat little anime. I didn't explain that one very well, but seriously, like, just check it out. I like the art of it. I like the music of it. One thing that really grinds my gears is like if you ever do a film, if you ever write a film or whatever, and you have people play music, don't let them fake it. Fuck. If I see you missync something, I will scream and tear what's left of my hair out. I hate it. Or when something is shown and it doesn't line up with what's actually being played. I absolutely hate that. When you just see people fucking thrashing just up and down, and you're like, there's other stuff going on there. Or when you can hear bass being played and the bass guitarist is just stood there with like just holding the microphone, you're like, where is that instrument being played from? Like what? But yeah. It's a nice little show, and I'm really glad I found that one today. I think that and My Dress Up Darling and was it Skate to Infinity? Was that out this year? Oh, it was last year, 2021. That was a cracker. But yeah, we'll say that was a fucking fantastic anime. But yeah, we'll just say fucking Bocchi the Rock. So I really like that show. I really fucking like that show. Then we're watching another one about chicks being online, chick gamers. Like there aren't any or whatever. I can't remember what the actual title is. There's no girls online or something like that. And it's basically about video game addiction to a degree, and not being able to separate real world from the fictional world. But I'm gonna head off. So I'm just babbling and running on shite at the moment. It's really bad. Had I have done this earlier, when I was sick upstairs in bed, you've actually got a pretty good explanation of The Rock. So I'd given it some thought. It's another one of those overthinking moments, but I really like those characters. Really like those characters. Now, you always have like these bumbling idiot, overconfident characters. This is one where they actually talk about, players being like really fucking nervous, being really introverted. I think the main difference between me and those characters is I don't have any skill. I don't like lying, and I have no skill in comparison to the characters in the show. But yeah, it's a good one. Well, I hope you're well. Why did I put that? I think I'm just gonna make myself a fucking really sugary drink and try and pass the fuck out again. I'll see you all with a bit of luck in the next one.